South Dakota recently crossed over a major threshold in its vaccination efforts, officially vaccinating just over 50% of adults in the state. However, now health officials say the hard work begins to encourage vaccines for the remaining 50%. Austin Goss has the story from the Peer Newsroom.
South Dakota has had one of the more successful vaccination rollouts in the country, ranking second in the country in terms of fully vaccinated citizens.
We have at least 50% of our folks across the state, 16 and older, with at least one vaccine. We've got 35% of folks who are fully vaccinated, and those are both really great milestones.
The focus now, vaccinating the second half.
Last week we've just started doing a set number of doses for walk-ins. So we're going to do that again this week, where we're going to have a walk-in clinic for people they don't have to schedule.
But health officials believe this will prove more challenging than the first half.
That 50 and under group that think they're bulletproof are going to just go, well, I don't need this. We see that with the influenza vaccine every year.
According to polling by 538, roughly 18% of Americans say that they are either unlikely to or won't get the vaccine.
We're advertising, trying to get the word out, right? We're using social media, every opportunity that we can, like this, to get the word out that, hey, we have plenty of vaccine.
There is also the issue of misinformation regarding the vaccine, its efficacy, and long-term side effects.
The vaccines that are available are safe. We also know that they're extremely effective. All three vaccines that are available right now to South Dakotans are 100% effective at preventing hospitalization or death from COVID. And so, it doesn't get much better than that.
Malsam-Rysdon encourages people to get their information on vaccines from reliable sources.
There's a lot of misinformation out there that comes from a variety of places, but come to reputable sources of information. That would include your state Department of Health.
In the Peer Newsroom, I'm Austin Goss.
A little more than 20% of the U.S. is vaccinated, keeping on track to return to normal by summer. And South Dakota ranks second in terms of vaccination rates, trailing just behind New Mexico. Despite continued research and more shots in arms, there is still hesitancy surrounding the vaccine, especially when it comes to children. According to the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, pregnant women who received a coronavirus vaccine pass COVID antibodies on to their babies. Although that will help in the long-term fight against COVID, children under 16 are still at risk.
Pfizer and Moderna are in trials with children. This is very important because as long as children are still vulnerable, there's a condition called multi-inflammatory syndrome that children get, and because of COVID. The other reason is children can act as reservoirs.
Last week, Pfizer announced it submitted a request to the Food and Drug Administration for emergency authorization of its COVID vaccine for children ages 12 to 15, an effort by Pfizer and Moderna to have a vaccine available for children by the 2021-2022 school year.